Hi guys, it's Becca and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to talk about shading. This is Shading Basics Part 2. In Part 2, we're going to talk about how to shade three-dimensional objects, really understanding how lights and darks work. So make sure you grab your sketchbook as well as your drawing pencil and let's go ahead and shade together. Alright guys, so welcome back to Shading Basics for Beginners. Now this is part 2. So in the first video we practiced a couple of the shading exercises. Now we're going to kind of put it all together. We have here an apple which has a good variation of darks, lights, medium. So we're going to combine those exercises that we did in part 1 and now put it all together here in part 2. So I downloaded this picture. I have a link to the picture on the description if you wanted to print it out, but either way I included in the video so you just have a reference. So let's get started. So the first thing we're going to draw first we're going to draw a circle. And remember, an apple is not a perfect circle. So it's okay if it's a bit of an oval shape, it's fine. And plus we're practicing because it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, and you kind of want to make it light, not too dark. Okay, great. Then we have here a little indentation where the stem is. Again, at this process, you kind of want to do everything light. Don't worry too much about the stem. If you want to go ahead and do it, that's fine. A little bit of the leaf. And it's just a little shadow right over here. Okay, so the most part we got the shape. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. This is mainly for practicing, specifically your shading. So let's get started. So the first thing that I like to do is kind of identify where the darks are. I always try to do darks, then from mediums, and then to lights. So where is the darkest part? Oops. Where is the darkest part here on the apple? The darkest part is right here in the shadow and on the stem. So those are the first two things that we're gonna shade. Okay, so just like what we practiced in the first video, okay, I want you to go dark. Now it's not complete under the apple, it's only part of the apple where you have the dark shade. Remember, it goes really dark underneath. And then it gets a little lighter. Now the good thing is that you can always go back and just make it a little darker. That's why you don't want to do it too dark, and just because in case you mess up, you can always erase it, but it's kind of best to go back and make it a little darker. Okay, again, we can always go back to it, but I just want you to focus more on just the darks. So the next part would be the stem. Now again, what I like to do with the darks is start off kind of like in a dark medium and then just go a little darker. And notice how I hold the pencil. When I want longer strokes, I hold it up here. If I want more precise strokes, or a little bit harder, I kind of hold it upright. Just kind of keep that in mind. And right here is super dark. So see how I'm tilting the pencil? So let's tilt our pencil so we can get right here where it's super dark. Also right over here. Awesome. Now, where the ridges of the apple, it's kind of like a dark medium. So again, we want to start off medium and then just get a little darker. Okay, there's another dark spot right here. Great, and then right here where the leaf is. Now, again, it's more precise, so I want to get closer to the end of the pencil. And then a medium. All right, so pretty much got the darkest parts of the apple. Again, if you want to do the stem, that's fine, but the stem of the leaf, that's fine. I just want to kind of focus a little bit more on the apple. So next, medium. I look for, say, the dark medium first, which is predominantly in this area. Okay, so we're gonna do big strokes. Now you want to kind of put your pencil right over here, and we're gonna do kind of big strokes. Again, you kind of want to start not too dark. You kind of want to start a light medium, and then you kind of build your way. Now, your strokes, I don't want you to be straight. I kind of want you to curve. Kind of try to form the curve of the apple. And what I'm doing here is kind of like cross-hatching, where I put strokes here, and then I kind of go over in the opposite direction just to make it a little darker. So you could do that type of stroke as well. And I'm just kind of building up the darkness. Again, you kind of want to focus on the shape of the apple. So the apple's round, then you kind of want to change your strokes and make it a little bit rounder. when you're shading, you want to try to keep your hand off of the paper, just because you have a little smudge, you know, as you get closer, you're gonna get a little dirty. That was kind of my bad. Just kind of be conscious of that. So right here on the edge, you just want to go a little darker. Okay, if you notice right here in this area is where it tends to be the darkest medium. So now we're gonna start going a little bit darker. As you see, this thing's kind of layering and layering and layering. But it's best to kind of start off like this, so you can control more of the darks rather than just straight up doing it dark from the beginning. And then you kind of have to erase, and it's a little bit of a longer process, but it's more accurate and when it comes to realistic shading. And then at this point, you can kind of shade in circles. Now you kind of notice your pencil is kind of at an angle at this point, which is great for shading, because now instead of going straight lines, we could kind of go into circles. Now over here, again, let's try to make it a little darker. Especially when you're going closer towards the edges, you want to get a little bit closer to the lead and make your lines just a bit more defined. Okay, I'm getting right over here. Let's go a little darker. How's your hand feel? A little tired? Yeah. That's okay. We're halfway done. We're doing a good job so far. Again, now let's go a little bit darker in this area. Okay, now over here, it's a little bit of a lighter medium, so let's go a little lighter. And you see right over here, this light spot, let's want to try to keep that. Let's try not to touch that part. Sorry. Okay, this is lighter. And then over here, this area just a little even lighter. Just kind of form a little bit of a circle around it. Okay, now let's really focus on this area and make it much darker. So let's focus right here in the middle. And I want you to get a little bit wider with your strokes. Your hand's probably gonna be a little sore after this exercise, but this is like a really, really good practice. Once you kind of master this, then faces will be much, much easier. You know, drawing the lips, drawing the nose, the eyes will be much, much easier, and you can do them much faster. And it's okay if you don't get it the first time. That's totally okay. Again, this is just many, many years of thousands and thousands of hours of practice. But again, these are just great exercises to do to help you get your shading better. And you're kind of starting to see how it's starting to kind of come to life. Let's go back to the edges here. Going back to this area. Let's go a little darker. Again, go back to here. Let's go a little darker. And then lighter. All right, fantastic. You're doing a great job so far. We're almost done. Let's try to go a little darker now. Don't be discouraged. We're almost done. We're almost done. We're about like 75% done. You're doing a great job. Okay, let's go back to this area. Again, more medium right over here. And back in the middle. Now let's go a little darker. But do you see how the importance of kind of starting off light and then going darker and then darker and layer of dark, getting darker and darker. That way you kind of control the shading better. So it can look a little more realistic. Try to go on the edge. Oh, I'm running out. Let's Let's try to go on the edge here. Yay, we're almost done. Good job so far. Okay, let's go back to their darks, right? So let's be a little bit more precise and put a little bit more pressure in the darks now. Let's go back to medium. Again, don't stress yourself out that it doesn't look exactly the same. The whole point is not for it to be perfect. The whole point is to help you practice your shading. So please keep that in mind. So don't beat yourself up. All right, so some of the final touches. Again, let's go back to the darks. And also, don't feel bad if, you feel like you're taking longer to do this, or you feel maybe you can't keep up. I have this in the description, so you can print it out and practice this on your own. I don't want you to feel either intimidated or, upset that if you're not maybe shading at the same speed. Again, I've been doing this for many years, so this comes much more natural to me, but that's just because I've practiced like a million times over a long period of time. So, but I wanted to kind of shade together with you, just so you could kind of better understand how to shade, more complex objects. And this, I feel like, is a great exercise to help you master your shading for beginners, and a good refresher for my more advanced people as well. So again, we're just going back, just building up those darker layers. And we're almost done. I want you to kind of hold on tight. Every once in a while, you kind of want maybe to back up a little bit, just so you can kind of compare your drawing to the picture. Then you can have a better idea of where you can add a little bit more darks, add a little bit more medium shading too. Okay, we're almost done. Now the edges, you always want to be a little careful. You don't want to put it too dark, but just enough where you can kind of outline a little bit of the shape. Let's do this stuff, why not? Here. You may want to sharpen your pencil. We're running out of lead a little bit. That's okay. We're just about to finish. Don't worry about too much about this part. It's not really too important. I kind of want you to focus more on the apple. Now again, I didn't use a tissue to blend, and I did that purposely because I wanted you to focus on your pencil strokes rather than using, you know, a piece of paper to help you blend. So once you kind of master this, then you can use those type of blending techniques. But to me, I feel like you need to master this before you can use those kind of cheat sheets. So I'm going to go ahead and use a little darker pencil. This is the 3B from Arteza. What I was using before was B. Pretty much running out, not have a sharpener. But either way, I want to kind of focus more on these darker area, just to kind of even it out better. So I'm going with a darker lead, which is 3B. Fantastic. Now again, you can always kind of go back and make it even better. But you pretty much got the idea of, you know, how to understand the lights and the darks, how to shade, multiple layers. So again, this is a fantastic practice. I would try to master this or get better before going to faces, which is a little bit more complex, just because there's so many different shapes and texture when it comes to a face. So once you master this, then you can go ahead and do faces.
Alright guys, so tell me, what did you think about these shading exercises? Comment down below and tell me a little bit about your experience. Make sure to always practice makes perfect, by liking and subscribing to the channel. And I'll see you at the next video.